to Daytime Tri-Cities, live from the Memorial Park Community Center here in Johnson City. It's time for another edition of Masterful Parenting, and we are so excited to have back our master mom, Amanda Olson. And Amanda, thanks so much for joining us.
I'm excited to be back. It's really nice to meet you and get the chance to talk to you and continue Master Mom.
Well, I'm already a fan because I've been watching your segments, and if you haven't been watching, you need to go back and watch some of them because you give so many great tips and great advice for moms, and I think we're always kind of like a sponge, just looking for that advice to make our kids a little bit better, make our job a little bit easier.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate the support, and I'm here just to kind of support families and parents, and most of the time I just let them know they're exactly on the right track, so it's fun.
It's nice. We need that encouragement every once in a while, right?
Absolutely.
All right, and today you're talking about something that I'm actually working on right now with my 4-year-old, and that's kind of the verbal skills and manners and things like that.
Yeah, I think that it's important to start young, teaching the children to say yes sir and yes ma'am. And I know in some different communities and cultures and as adults it's not always looked upon as a favorable thing to be called yes sir and yes ma'am. You know, it makes you feel a little old sometimes. But for the kids it's important that they understand that adults deserve respect, and especially parents. So as a parent, if you require your child to say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, it makes them focus when they're talking to you. You know, I think of a scenario like you're trying to get them ready for school and you say, do you have all your stuff ready? And they're, yeah, Mom. Well, that's a response, but it's not a respectful response, and you want to ask them to say, yes, ma'am. You know, and that way you know that they're listening to you, that they are focused, and that they are respectful.
And it's interesting, too, we're working on this now, and for me, it's been different. I grew up in the Midwest, in Minnesota, and you just didn't hear that. And I love, there's something about a child, when they come up to you or they say, excuse me, ma'am, I mean, it just immediately gets you. It's like you stop in your tracks.
Well, it's a great service that you can teach your children because it sets a very good first impression. You know, they meet a school teacher, they meet a coach, and as they get older, they meet a future employer, you know, and they just start with that polite respect to begin with, and it just sets them up for success. Because I meet kids every day, you know, and the ones that are, you know, hello ma'am, I'm just like, oh wow, we're gonna, you know, it's nice to talk to a polite child, so it just sets you up for a good first impression.
And two, you talk a little bit about discipline, and it really kind of teaches them, it's like just paving that journey for them.
Absolutely, you know, because if they can be in tune enough to say yes ma'am or no ma'am, you know they really are paying attention and that they're being deliberate in their response to you. It's not just kind of flippant, maybe I'm paying attention, maybe I'm not, you know, so it's a focused attention.
And Amanda, for people out there that may have kids that are a little bit older, maybe 7 or 8, and they've not been doing this yet, but they say, you know, I'd really like to do that. What's a good way to start? I imagine it's never too late.
No, and you know, in the studio we teach children, you know, as part of our culture in the martial arts is yes sir and yes ma'am. So what I do when a child is learning that, no matter what age they are, even the teenagers, you know, if they'll say yeah, I'll say, what's a better response? And they'll say, yes, ma'am. You know, so you don't have to get on to them or say, you know, yell at them. Just say, what, you just remind them what they're working on in a positive way, and they'll be more apt to follow along.
And I bet you'll be surprised at how quickly those things become habit.
Yeah, and that's what you want to create, is a good habit like that. And then what happens is the kids, especially as they start to learn this, people respond to them better, adults respond to them better, teachers respond to them better, and they start to realize, oh, you know, when I give respect, I get respect. And that's a really nice thing for a kid to learn.
And you're absolutely right about that focus, because a lot of times it's hard to get the kids to turn away from what they're doing. But if they have to, it kind of gives them that little transition to say, all right, I'm going to divert my attention now from this game or whatever over to mom.
Yes, and you can couple that with making eye contact. You know, yes, ma'am, they look at you, and then you know they've understood. So it's a good thing.
How long does it take to get them into the as a mom, when do we get results?
Right. Well, consistency is key. All right, so stay consistent and just keep reminding them, you know, gently, what's a better response or what are you supposed to say, and they will get it. If you stick with it, they will get it.
And it is funny how that little bit of a behavior change will get them so much further in life.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I hire teenagers a lot, and one of the things that I look for is, are they teachable? Are they respectful? And if they already come in with that, then it's a leg up for them for sure.
Well, and it's so hard in this electronic world with the devices and the texting. The verbal skills are really difficult, I think, for some kids, especially the younger teens.
Yeah, you do have to teach them to say yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. It's not something that's just going to happen automatically. So take the time, just like you take the time to teach them how to tie their shoes or brush their teeth, teach them ways to communicate respectfully with adults.
Very well said. I'm so glad that we got an opportunity to meet, and I'm looking forward to all your tips here in the future.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
All right, and you've got a website that we can go to for more information, and you come every Tuesday, right?
Every Tuesday morning I'm here, yes. AskMasterMom.com.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.